What's up, kitchen table wizards? What's up, deck brewers from all over the world? Today we have a deck where the old meets the new, where the tapped meets the untapped, and where the blue deck meets the losing opponent. And I keep building on decks with our two great partners, Dragon Shield and CARDMARKET. The last one is the best place to get your magic singles. And if you want to try it out for free, check out the link in the description below to claim a €5 voucher to get yourself a free booster or some singles. Do check it out.
Yes!
Now this time I went ultra casual, I went super original. I took out the closet, my mixer, threw in a bunch of ingredients and brewed out a nice sweet deck for you all. And I started with this idea.
Surprise!
Now a while back I was looking through my collection at some old cards like this Power Sync from the revised edition. I found this Mana Short and this iconic Psychic Venom. So then I found this card, Rishadan Dockhand, and with Psychic Venom I thought I would brew a nice tap deck. So we're going to kill our opponent by tapping their lands. And of course we need to go mono blue for that. I looked on the internet, found some mono blue inspiration by this deck. Yes, it's by my arch nemesis Martin Mueller, and he played a nice mono blue deck, mono blue control deck. And for a long time I wanted to brew with this one, Verity Circle, also a great tapping card that draws you card, great for my mono blue evil, wicked evil control deck. And with the current inflation, the decks are now around €50, $60 or a bit more. Let's start with the lands. I play 24 lands in my mono blue deck. Of course I need to play islands from Seb McKinnon, because the reason of this deck is to make your opponent feel like he's sitting in this tower for 6 years. Some additional blue lands are Lonely Sandbar, I play 2, and a Mystic Sanctuary. Then there's also Castle Ventress and Ottawa, the Soaring City. I also play 1 Hall of the Storm Giants, sometimes a great finisher in this deck. Now I'm also going to draw inspiration from the typical prison deck and lock our opponents in a prison. I want to annoy my opponent, I want to annoy him with Psychic Venom, and these 3 propagandas are going to make certain he's going to tap that mana if he wants to attack us. A counterspell that makes your opponent tap his mana is also Power Sync, and Mana Short can tap your opponent's lands. And don't forget to play it in his draw phase, usually you just get a free turn. Now if you're going to win with style, you do that with the Dockhand, tapping your opponent's land with Psychic Venom on it, but we're also going to tap down a lot of our opponent's creatures, and Verity Circle could help us with this. It will also draw us a bunch of cards. Now we play creatures because we want to play against creatures. Merfolk Trickster taps your opponent's creature down, as does the Dragon Turtle and the Dream Shackle Geist. We have more tappers in our deck. Queen of Ice can Rage of Winter and tap down your opponent's creatures also when it deals damage to it. And this Chilly Icefall Regent also taps down your opponent's creatures when it enters the battlefield. Another great card in this deck is Gadwick the Wizened. He's a 3/3 that draws cards and taps also non-land permanents, great with the Verity Circle. And another card that is great in tapping down your opponent's creatures, Guardian of Tazim. He also puts them in the fridge when you drop an island into play, so they don't untap during your controller's next untap step. And the Frost Titan, he can also tap your opponent's lands with Psychic Venom on that, and they also don't untap. Great card. Another great planeswalker that can do the same as our Frost Giant is Tamiyo the Moon Sage, reprinted recently in Secret Lair. Get them now when the sandwich is hot and the yogurt is cold. And the yogurt is cold because it's time of ice. You will be tapping a lot more of your opponent's creatures and bouncing them. Now another non-tapping creature is this Defiler of Dreams. Just a stand-alone good blue permanent that could have you draw a few extra cards and maybe even have you play cards for cheaper. Now tapping a lot does play tricks on your opponent's mind, and that's why we also play a copy of Mind Games. Now remember, I was talking about my nemesis Martin Mueller. Well, he did inspire me to include some cards of his old deck. So I included Engulf the Shores as a good control card, and we get some life gain from the Prism Ring. And you may wonder, why do I call Martin Mueller my nemesis? Wasn't he a world champion? Yes, and one time I beat him in his side event at the Grand Prix, and then I felt like this.
I sat with the best in the world, and I won.
And to be fully annoying, you also need to play a copy of Stasis, and because there's this new cool version out of Secret Lair, I also spent some extra dough and put it into my deck. I also played these two copies of Geist Wave, and if you bounce one of your own permanents, like Stasis at the end of your opponent's turn, you draw an extra card, untap, and then play Stasis again, so your opponent will go home crying. So this was our mono blue tapping deck, but before we go, don't leave yet, because here is some more inspiration for some more tapping. And we're going to continue to tap your opponent into sleep with this Sleep with Send to Sleep and with Sleep with the Fishes. Sometimes tapping makes you get really cold. Then you read this mysterious tome, and when you flip it, it will be a chilling chronicle, and this will tell the story with lots of frostbrats, frost lynxes and frost tricksters. There are Frostveil ambushes everywhere. There's a Frost Fist Strider, an Icy Blast, even an Icy Manipulator. Oh my god, the Elite Harvester will go cold for all this tapping. So let me know in the comments below which card you would add in this mono blue tapping deck. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks to stay till the end, and you know, always keep it casual. Bye!